Russia is shocked that Elon Musk is prepared to destroy Vladimir Putin's nuclear arsenal. We're all already aware of what an innovative business SpaceX is, and their accomplishments in the field of launching space rockets are well known to all space enthusiasts. Elon Musk, a businessman and technical pioneer, can actually withstand Russian rockets. Musk is creating a new generation of hypersonic missiles for the US Army that may be deployed to counter Russian nuclear weapons. Additionally, the vast Starlink satellite network can outlast Russian nuclear missiles. Starlink is enhancing its satellites to detect and destroy nuclear missiles that have been released. Elon Musk, the founder of SpaceX, has established not only the development but also the production of fundamentally new types of engines. Reusable rockets are now a reality. They enable the launch of commercial and research satellites, as well as the delivery of cargo to orbit. Real tensions exist among the top space exploration nations as a result of the geopolitical crisis between Russia and Ukraine. After all, Russia, which leads the world in the number of space launches each year, has begun to abandon all joint programs with international corporations because of the sanctions imposed on it. The entire field of cosmonautics has been harmed by this. Additionally, SpaceX must now focus some of its attention on the military use of its technologies. Will Elon Musk's business dominate the spaceflight industry? And how does SpaceX plan to intimidate the Russian army? Since Elon Musk is capable of destroying Russian missiles, Russia is frightened of him. Its global Starlink satellite network can track enemy missile launches, and its SpaceX hypersonic rockets can be shot down from high altitudes. Simply put, Europe and the United States lack such technologies, giving Russia a clear advantage. After Russia and Ukraine's armed conflict began, their fears grew even greater. Additionally, improvements to its nuclear missiles, often known as strategic weapons, are also being made. Even though Moscow has proven the full power of these weapons on the battlefield, there's actually nothing to fear. The United States has known about this issue for a while and has asked Elon Musk for help. A rocket that can transport 80 tons of cargo anywhere in the world in 60 minutes is something that SpaceX and the US military allegedly want to develop in 2021, according to a report. General Stephen Lyons, commander of the US Transport Command, revealed on October 7, 2021, that a missile will be developed specifically for cargo delivery. The study program will also include participation from Exploratory Architecture Corporation, another aerospace business. The new technology will enable the transportation of supplies like guns and ammunition over a distance of more than 7,500 miles, or 12,000 kilometers, from Florida to Afghanistan. For example, the military transport aircraft Boeing C-17 Globemaster III completes this task in 15 hours. Russian missiles are in grave danger from these missiles. The SpaceX rocket will be able to hold 80 tons of cargo, just like the Boeing C-17. Her trials will start early next year. The new rocket has many benefits beyond its increased speed. Currently, the governments of the countries that control the region being flown over in orbit do not need to give their permission. Earlier, SpaceX agreed to produce missile tracking satellites for the US Department of Defense under a $149 million contract. According to a contract with the Space Development Agency (SDA), Elon Musk's space company would charge for satellites. The satellites will be equipped with wide-angle infrared sensors for tracking missiles. A nuclear war seems to be coming, and everyone's basically on the edge of their seats, hoping that things turn out for the better. Putin recently gave quite a warning, but will he actually put his money where his mouth is? The possibility of nuclear conflict appears to be growing every day, and this is one of the most hotly debated subjects in today's global community. During his speech to the nation on September 21st, Vladimir Putin said a number of crucial things. However, the two that are most important can be easily identified. One of them is a nuclear weapons use warning to the United States. The president stated that nuclear weapons would be used in retaliation. To put it plainly, there was quite a stir caused by this statement. A counter-statement from the United States was issued a few days later. We have made it quite clear, both publicly and privately, that we want to stop talking about nuclear weapons for no reason, said US Secretary of State. Putin highlighted that a retaliation strike would only occur if someone had already decided to use nuclear weapons to destroy Russia. The Earth has never come this close to a nuclear war, according to UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. The lessons learned from the Hiroshima and Nagasaki attacks run the risk of being forgotten by mankind. The degree of geopolitical tension has increased. Collaboration is less significant than the competition. Money is being spent on doomsday weapons that have no place on our Earth, and distrust has replaced communication. There are currently over 13,000 nuclear weapons in storage around the world. And all of this is happening as risks increase and mechanisms for preventing escalation become less effective. The Middle East, the Korean Peninsula, and the conflict in Ukraine are currently all experiencing nuclear-related problems. We also recall that, most recently, Colonel Alexander, a top researcher at the Military Academy of the General Staff Center for Military Strategic Studies, and Major General Andrei Sterling, head of the main operational directorate of the Russian Federation's armed forces, reported in their article that the American leadership intended to put the idea of a global strike into practice. They believe that this strike is meant to be carried out using effective shock techniques, such as hypersonic, and that all of these techniques may be used in nuclear execution. Elon Musk first gave Ukraine access to his Starlink satellite internet and new Tesla war drones. The Kremlin was really alarmed when he presented his drones for $50 million. Since the Ukrainian military had a significant advantage and forced the Russian military to stop, all of this was able to stop the Russian soldiers. Anyone who pays attention to Elon Musk's actions should not be surprised by the application of his technologies in the military sphere. Collaboration with the Ministry of Defense is a very profitable move. Furthermore, the United States sending its combat and other drones is not surprising given that it is assisting Ukraine in this geopolitical struggle. The billionaire is confident that if the F-35 had a rival, such as a combat drone with identical capabilities, it would not give even the most expensive and advanced American fighter a chance. Musk's Tesla is also working hard to develop unmanned electric vehicles. Those that the company is currently manufacturing already include an autopilot feature. The development of these technologies is regarded as being particularly crucial for two reasons. Firstly, since a person cannot die in a war if they do not take part, which will decrease the number of military casualties. Second, because they never get tired and do not make decisions based on emotions, robots may be more efficient than people. Owing to these benefits, autonomous military equipment will be necessary for future wars. Independent aviation that can carry out raids and other combat operations without the assistance of a pilot is particularly important. For residents of cities and regions with access to broadband internet, there are typically no practical advantages to Starlink, especially in light of its high costs. However, for areas cut off from connectivity, satellite internet is incredibly helpful. It provides coverage for all difficult-to-reach areas on Earth where 4G and 5G technologies are not yet available. The Starlink project's primary objective is to achieve that. The Army actively uses satellite communications to communicate in remote areas. Starlink will significantly improve this operation. In fact, it's already becoming better, assisting Ukrainian troops in tracking the enemy's movements, coordinating the activity of drones, and pouring death on him from the air. In general, Ukraine's communication and internet infrastructure has survived and is operating very smoothly. However, other communication methods are not only vital, but also necessary in hot zones because of the frequent use of jammers. And the Starlink system successfully completes its duty. The Aeronautical Intelligence Team is in charge of controlling the Ukrainian drones, according to the Telegraph. Specialists employ the Delta system, which can function even on shoddy laptops. It contains an interactive map that you may use to follow the enemy's movements. The map's data is compiled from images from drones, satellites, traditional video cameras, and various sensors. Russian hackers and their jammers have been replaced by Western equipment that is secured against hacking by aeronautical intelligence, which has also overtaken Soviet-era communication technologies. However, there were concerns about the system's ability to function in an unreliable internet environment. According to a report, satellite internet enables drone operators to continue working in remote areas even without a stable connection link. Starlink will offer seamless connectivity so that aerial reconnaissance personnel can continue using their tools and keep an eye on the enemy. However, the Ukrainian army also employs drones to bomb the enemy in addition to using them for reconnaissance. Musk's use of drones proved to be so successful that the Pentagon recently chose to send Ukraine Switchblade drones, also known as kamikaze drones. And with that, we've come to the end of today's video. How big of a role do you think Musk will play as this conflict goes on? Share your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.